And I want to say a few things about the lemon cutting. So the more, if you are, they're so frustrated, and then there is no hope. There is heart sorrow, and no counseling, nothing works. So go buy a bunch of lemons or limes. Keep them cutting. You will immediately find a miraculous peace coming to you. Then you will let go of all these things. There was a girl who was so upset because the boyfriend left. She never thought that he would ever leave. But when he left, she almost went crazy. And nobody could help her. And I told her, cut 1008, which she did. And after that, the thought about him was not there in her mind. She completely forgot the thought. The thought was deleted in her files. How much it is going to cost? Maybe $20, or the maximum 1,000 is $50, or under $100. It's a divine solution. It doesn't require anything except just cutting it with the thought, I'm removing this, say this, you are doing this cutting for this purpose. I'm cutting this to remove this thought from my mind, or I'm cutting it to get a job, or get a relationship, whatever, that thought you should have it in your mind while you cut it. I'm in support of rituals more than meditations, because rituals are very, very powerful. Lighting a lamp is a ritual. So whenever you meditate with a lamp, not a candlelight. Candlelight will not generate the right power. The spiritual power is either you light a ghee lamp. Ghee is clarified butter. You can make your own ghee by just melting butter and then use that oil. Or you can use sesame oil or olive oil, but not a candle. If you use a candle, you can use the palm candle, the palm oil candle. Sometimes they are available in a health food store or so. Spiritual stores, you have a palm candle. Have you heard about it? Palm candle? Yeah. That comes from the palm tree, palm oil wax. That's the And then use flowers. Whether you keep a statue or a picture of the Buddha or Jesus or Mary or whatever picture you want to keep, just place some flowers, offer some flower offerings. They're very, very powerful. And one more ritual I want you to do every day, if not every day, at least one day or 2 days. I think it's one day, the new moon day. On new moon days, just offer some rice powder and black sesame seeds. Pour the rice flour and sesame seeds on your right palm, and then pour water over it, and then say, "This is my offering for my ancestors, my deceased ancestors on my mother's side and on my father's side." That will immediately bring the blessings of your ancestors. And if you want to know more about it, I have a video clip called Soul Genetics that's in the Dattatreya Shiva Baba YouTube. Just as we have inherited biological genes from our ancestors, from our parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, we have also inherited the soul from them. It is not only a matter of inheriting genes, but the soul is also inherited. But modern science doesn't have a way to understand anything other than matter. But souls are also inherited. So your thoughts are also the thoughts from your family tree, descended from the ancestors. You will find tremendous amount of blessings from them. It's a very vast subject. This is not meant to be something I wanted to talk in this group, but I wanted to mention that because this is going to do a lot of help for everyone. And it doesn't cost anything at all. Just do this at least during the new moon days. But you have to do it before the sunset. You can do it any time, ideally in the morning, before the sunset. Because on the new moon day, the ancestors come to the earth plane in search of their descendants. And you can easily get their blessings. Obstacles will be miraculously removed through their blessings. So the problem in our life is the scientific paradigm the rationalistic model weighs too hard on us. We are not able to think anything other than what this paradigm allows us to. But this paradigm is so limiting. It freezes us. It doesn't give us any freedom. It defines us. You are a teacher, you are a broker, you are a physician, or you have no skills. These are all identities, and it doesn't allow us to do anything outside because it completely imprisons us. We are imprisoned by our own mind. We have to free ourselves from all these things. Then there is infinite freedom, infinite power. And you have to live this life. It's a commitment. It's a commitment to life. I'll tell you how I live my life. Tomorrow I'm supposed to go to Pittsburgh and I have a ticket. When I came from San Diego, and when I came from San Diego, my plan was to go back to San Diego. And after coming here, I decided, no, I'm not going to go there. I'm going to instead to go to Pittsburgh. There is no guarantee that I will go tomorrow to Pittsburgh, although I have a ticket. Just because I have a ticket, it doesn't obligate me to go there. I'll throw the ticket. I have thrown so many tickets away. So I won't know until tomorrow what I'm going to do. I'm able to do this because I don't have a job. So nobody is going to fire me from my job because I don't have one. Only when you have a job they can fire you. So I cannot be fired for not showing up. Freedom. Freedom is very important. And then the freedom allows you to live in the moment. If you don't have freedom, then you cannot do anything. And people say, that's why I am working so hard to make money, then I will have freedom. It's not going to happen that way. You are free even now. When you say that I'm going to be happy only when I'm going to make money, which is not going to happen, you should not make it conditional. You are happy now. You are completely freed and happy now. How can I be happy? I'm penniless. I don't have a job. How can I be happy? This question will not arise if we are really in the now. That's why talking about now, reading books about now, really doesn't mean you are in the now. That's all intellectual. Okay? I was reading Socrates the other day. I never knew that Socrates had been such a great yogi. So he was imprisoned, and there were chains. And he has been in prison and he has been chained for a long time. that he did not know the difference between bondage and freedom. So the day they decided to kill him, they set free of him. That's the day he was going to be given hemlock, and his wife came to see him. And he said, "No, I'm not going to see her, ask her to get out." And then when he was released from the chains, he for the first time understood that he had no feeling that he was in chains, because he became one with that condition that he was in chain. And then to move his hands was a different experience for him. He had overcome that pain. He was not attached to anything, neither to the bonded condition nor to the free condition. He was beyond that. When you do these meditations over and over and over and over again, you will understand what this freedom is. I've known so many people, hundreds of millions of dollars, but they are more miserable than people who don't have even money to pay their bills. Serious. They have to use sleeping pills to go to sleep. The body aches everywhere. They are still driven by one thing, to make more money, and that's what keeps them going. Is there God in their life? Barely. Jesus said, "Blessed are the poor because they are simple." You are really the chosen one, because you are get to be here. You are get to meditate, think about God, sing about His glory. That is the greatest gift, greater than getting $1 million. If you are able to remain in chanting forever, you will feel incredible bliss that you cannot get by drinking wine or eating your favorite dish. What money can do is you can go and buy all these pleasures, but they are short-lived. But what happens most of the time, you overdrink and overeat, and you feel miserable after that. When you say, "Oh Guru Namah Shivaya, Dhram Dattatreya Shiva Baba," miracles will happen. You will never be let down. And you will also be guarded from so many garbage that's outside. So we live in a very, very degenerated world. Just open the television and what kind of programs you have. And this television is, the movies are shaping up our consciousness. Meditation is not just an escape from reality. That is why I cannot accept people who space out. I started out talking about people who space out. If you space out, you are not alert. If you are not alert, you are not meditative. Meditation is alertness. Spacing out is the opposite of meditation. You can, if you want to space out, you can space out for one day. Take a day off, space out. Total space out for a whole day. But the second day, don't space out. Go to work. Okay? I have given you tools that you don't need to see me again. We can go and work on this. But remember that when I came in, I said there is a covenant. The covenant is, I have given my word that Guru Namah Shivaya Dhram Dattatreya Shiva Baba will bring you money without asking for it, wealth or health without asking for it. All that you have to do is you keep on doing it. And I have no doubt in my mind that you will, about your manifesting it, you will. But when you do, give 3% to the foundation. That's all what I wanted to say to you. So just keep remembering what I have said. Go and buy a bunch of lemons on your way home. Keep it, cut it. We are just going to provide you one as a symbolic gift from me that you can take it with you. But from tomorrow onwards, buy your own. When I was working at the University of Pittsburgh, there was a seminar on coconut cult all over the world. There was a guy who came from University of Chicago, and he had written a book on that. And I was on the seminar. He said, how did this coconut cult become so important and pervasive all over the world in the pre-modern cultures? You go to the Aboriginals, and they see it as a sacred fruit. And how did it happen? And his theory was all these. He's a guy who wants to give a materialistic interpretation of all phenomena. He said, coconut became so important because some coconut farmers wanted to market the product. So it is their conspiracy to present it as a sacred fruit so that they could find a marketplace for that. You know? The reason why I'm saying this is I am not involved in the marketing lime or lemon. Okay. Anyway, I'm happy that I could come and you could come and we could be together. But what I really wish at the bottom of my heart is